What is going on? Testing out testing out OBS on a different computer. We're gonna see if I've got any better luck with that. Can't readily see the chat, so there's that. All right, we got any sound? Sound would be good. What's going on, Jenny? How you doing? Does the sound match my my mouth? I think that was a problem I had when I was using Awesome Suite, when I was using it on my computer. Grateful morning indeed, Catfish. So I can't actually see the chat through OBS Studio the way I've got it set up for whatever reason. But whatever, is what it is. I'm just kind of hanging out today for a little while. And that's really it. So I wonder if I can pop this thing out. Yeah, pop out chat. That's sweet. Is it gonna do it to us? Can I do this? Tag, what up? How about that, guys? Look at this shit. I'd actually like it all on the other side of the screen, but it's I've got a giant TV screen here as a monitor, and I don't want to have to read all the stuff on that side, so I'm just complaining about it, really. That's what it's up. So will this sync behind here then? Yeah, that will. Slight background noise. It might be. Here, let's see if we can do this, if it improves, or so the computer's running, the fan in the computer is running. Let's see if I just put this here. Just stay. Oh, I appreciate that, Tag. I'm just hanging out and going through Westlaw a little bit. That's really all that's going on. Fielding any questions that anybody has. Sounds like white noise. Yeah, it's the computer. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. Great. That's actually that's great because we've experienced many times over here that I don't know what the hell is going on, and audio's been an issue. So yeah, yeah. What was I looking for? Hmm. Hmm. So has everybody had a good weekend? All right. Let's see here. So what um, I'm looking for trespassing cases, either in Florida or in the 11th Circuit on public property. So I'm looking for, and um, see if that'll do anything. No, it's not going to help. Maybe it will. What that beeping is. I'm not sure this will be particularly helpful. lot of school ones. What did it say? What the hell did it say? Government property. That's what it said. Government property. It has been. It has been treating me pretty nice, Jenny. Thank you very much. What I'm looking for is trespassing cases on public property in Florida or the 11th Circuit. Ideally, public property, not like a park, not a situation where time, place, and manner are in question. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I'm not apparently the most competent searcher on here, so. And I don't remember if I already asked this, but how about your weekend? You gonna let me in? Did you guys see what? Did you see what's going on in Lawrence, Kansas? See what the dreaded rabble rouser posted this morning. Let's do this. Patience for what? My family might disagree. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is slow. Yeah, we got that up at least. Too big. Keeping the screen. Oh, searching for cases. The problem is that I don't know if I'd actually have better luck going onto Google and doing it. I have to hope that I don't know. I don't know the answer. I just assumed that. And why did it back me out? I just assumed that this is where I should be. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I came to that conclusion. So, but I will say that I am. So this was not related to that, but we'll see if it has anything to do with it. I am interested in knowing, you know. Why can't I fit it right to the side of me? There we go. It's as close as it gets, guys. Okay, so this is interesting. Well, I notice it now, um, but I use this Mac, and it constantly runs. I'm not sure if this one constantly runs too. It's been running this whole time, but the OBS Studio, it tells you like how much computer CPU it's that just OBS is using, I guess, and it's using 36%. I have to assume that's a lot. It seems like a lot to me. So I don't know why that was important to say, but okay. So officers had authority to issue the trespass for violating the park rules, but they did not have probable cause to arrest the patron for trespass. Alright. We're gonna go read that case. So, um, content neutral park rule prohibiting sound amplification devices did not violate the First Amendment. Accordingly, law enforcement officers who enforced the rule were entitled to qualified immunity and an arrestee's civil rights action. Content neutral. Hmm. Okay, let's read 4 also. Uh, let's read what this has to say about that. Other than the structure. Hmm. You guys see this shit?
That's all I want to hear, Marcy. I apologize for purposely standing in front of your sign. That's all I want to hear.
I apologize for purposely standing in front of your sign.
Have a good night.
We talked about how that this area was derelict when it was created for City Hall.
Freedom of speech
and it
was
was
made for
improved.
speech that you don't like.
And then
That's
we
what
had
the First Amendment was made for.
the wonderful Riverfront Mall, which now we know is crumbling. If we as a city give up on this space,
I think she just disrupted the
Riverfront
meeting
Mall
for
will
us.
continue to crumble. You have so many tools at your disposal to make this
There's a
happen.
problem with my sign.
The downtown master plan talks about catalyst sites available downtown. Maybe this end of town isn't the be-all and end-all for City Hall. Perhaps there's another location downtown. They have been listed in the downtown master plan. Catalyst sites, opportunity sites, they are there for anyone to look at and to use. We have the potential to close the Lawrence Loop at this very location.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And all of the excitement around a river walk that we have longed to have. You also have all sorts of transportation grants, USDA grants for the farmers market to move to the top part of this parking garage. There's so much potential here. Let's grab it. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Jennifer Carter, I'm here in town. I just wanted to speak about my puzzlement about the downtown Lawrence master plan. 2040.
No, it's
It reads like,
pretty good
it's
to
called
know.
out as a playbook for the future.
I wonder if either of those guys have CapCut. We could run that through like a voice isolator. Let's find out. Kaput, come on.
Of the city, and to read it, study it, use it when you see changes that need to be made. For those people that aren't familiar with the master plan, forgive me for, I know the commissioners you already know,
Blocking the
but
door.
the participation.
They've made a real big issue about this in the past. Lawrence has, Bart has, real big issue about blocking the door.
The people that took place in that spent, I don't know how many hours, but it was over 300 workshop participants, 833 residential surveys, 38 business and property owner surveys, 29 youth and student surveys, and that's just to name some of them. And the end result is, when they spoke to every bit of planning of the downtown, I'll read to you in case you're not familiar with it, and I'll be quick. But when they address the riverfront, it says the riverfront sub-area is home to City Hall and acts as the civic anchor of the north end of downtown. The area currently comprises City Hall, the riverfront plaza, and a parking deck. The riverfront plaza includes additional city offices and a hotel, but is primarily vacant. The city should consider consolidating its current offices and the remaining vacant space to ensure room for expansion to city offices in this area as the community continues to grow. Before expansion of city offices is necessary, the space could be utilized as a business incubator for local entrepreneurs interested in a mixture of commercial, retail, restaurant, and entertainment.
So she's going to go up and talk a bunch of nonsense. Go through, yeah.
I think we're about a minute 30. But
Minute there. Purposely. I don't know why.
Could you please make room for people that want to exit?
Buying something that's in an area that we don't ultimately want to be in. If you answered honestly, you would say, I'm confident. You'd rather stay in downtown. If you leave downtown with all these staff, the services...
Jennifer, it's time.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, blocking the doorway. Mayor, we got people blocking the door here. I don't know why.
Could you please make room for people that want to exit?
Senator, he's talking to you.
Sure. Your rules don't even make sense to a sitting Kansas senator, man. I mean, that's the reality of it. There's no sympathy for her. The word sympathy is between shit and syphilis. That's all I got for Amber. Because it's disrespectful what she does in here. Kind of like a sitting Kansas senator who will purposely violate somebody's First Amendment rights during a city commission meeting. Happened tonight. Happened tonight. Purposely. And she even stated such, vocally. Yeah. And you know, the thing is I voted for her over and over and over throughout the time that I've lived in Lawrence. She lost that vote tonight. I will never again vote for her. Because she disrespected the public for no reason. It had nothing to do with her. But she chose to do it. And she chose to disrespect the public in this room. Not only that, but you had all kinds of conversation happening back over here in the corner. We got video of it. You just ignore it. That's the disrespect of a Kansas senator. Somebody who sat in this room and using the same bullshit that you guys use. We've been in this room enough that we should know how things work. She should have known it was the city manager report. Is she not paying attention? She knows what my rights are, my First Amendment right to hold this sign and not have somebody purposely come up to stand in front of it and enunciate such. Not only that, but you let her and her friends block the entrance here, the fire hazard. All at the same time, Bart. I've been threatened with arrest for blocking that door. Sitting Kansas senator can do it. That's how it works in here, man. It's frustrating. I haven't cussed once. Did you hear me? During this public comment, I haven't cussed once. Did you hear me? I'm not kidding about that, bro. You lost it.
Yeah, what Michael just said there about Marcy Francisco is true. She stood right there and attempted to block Michael's sign there, and then have it on video where she told somebody that came walking up there that she was standing there on purpose to block his sign. So, question, a 20-year senator, Marcy, when you swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, does that include the First Amendment as well? Why in the world would you think it's okay to block somebody's protected First Amendment speech as they're trying to redress their government here? Why in the world would you think that you could do that as a senator? Along with that,
this way, thank you.
Along with that, it's very interesting that Amber Sellers once again isn't here in this meeting, and is that my?
I think.
No. That's not my.
I did it recently.
Okay, I was saying it to Bart. Because he just said time.
Allow me a second to correct it.
Sure. I was gonna say the whole meeting's gone slow, but that 3 minutes went really fast.
I think we were about a minute 30. But
Minute 30? Okay, so once again, we see Amber Sellers has left the meeting here, and so talk about disrespect. She's above even sitting here listening. There's a Kansas State senator here. She doesn't even want to listen to that. And it just makes me wonder, Amber, since you're participating remotely, how would you like it if you went up to the
What's going on here?
the state house there, and you wanted to redress your grievances to Marcy Francisco here, and she just got up and left and didn't give you the common courtesy or the respect as a citizen with their First Amendment right to do that. Now, we've established that Marcy wouldn't give a shit about your First Amendment right to do that. She doesn't care, but you know that's a Democrat thing. That's a Democrat thing. Democrats don't give a fuck if you disagree with what they say, of what they stand for. So an opposing view there, Marcy just cannot stand it. Just cannot stand it. Has to block it. And I see that happen with like activists, like trans activists. They'll flock and try to block, so the block sign and stuff like that. But from a state senator to do that, it's a sign of where the Democrats are. If that's your leadership, that's who you're voting for. If you're considering voting for that, just know that she would do that to you if you have an opinion that she doesn't agree with. She will block that as well. She does not care about the citizens' First Amendment rights.
We're at time.
We're at time now? All right.
we had one more public comment.
Oh, let me go ahead and check and see if there's
Oh, I'm sorry.
public comment.
I'm trying to talk about the one I said, this is why I didn't, otherwise I would have brought it up then, and then I said, this doesn't have anything to do with the line of voting.
I got you.
So sorry about that.
It's
Marcy, you've been a senator for darn near 20 years, and earlier in this meeting I witnessed you attempt to block someone's free speech sign, and then I heard with my own ears you say that you were intentionally standing there to block it.
I was not blocking somebody's free speech.
You straight up told that guy that came walking up while you were standing there blocking the door, you said, I'm standing here to block this sign. So my question, 20 years as a senator, where do you stand on the First Amendment?
The sign was fine.
Why were you trying to block it?
But there is a problem with not respecting people who are speaking at the meeting on other issues and trying to make the sign be more important than the individual who's speaking.
So you don't respect First Amendment rights? He has the right to do it.
He was still doing it. I didn't stop him from doing it. I didn't take the sign away from him. I didn't say he couldn't have the sign.
The question was, why were you blocking it?
I wanted to see on the screen, because that's, if you're in the audience, you're not, I wanted to see on the screen and the focus be on the person who was talking so that's what I could concentrate on.
Why? Who are you to do that?
You shut down my free speech.
You're a senator.
You still had
and you said you purposely were standing there to block it.
You brought the
But Marcy, as a senator, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you act that way? We've been trying to get these guys to defend our First Amendment rights, and you and that other lady come in here and just trample on them right in front of them.
Because you don't like what it says.
And that's the problem. The First Amendment was written for the speech that you don't like.
You do realize that, right, Marcy?
The First Amendment is to allow us all to speak.
The First Amendment was written to protect the speech that we don't want to shut down. Because
you had the sign. You had the sign. You could bring it above.
Is your name Marcy?
We're not talking, sir.
Okay.
Are you an elected representative?
Excuse me.
So Marcy, this is very much in line with how you were at the library when I asked you about signs, equal protection of signs. You straight up said that they could put restrictions on signs. No, they cannot. I have a feeling you do not support the First Amendment. Matter of fact, can you name the 5 elements of the First Amendment right here, right now, Marcy? Can you name those 5 for us, please? 20 years as a senator? I have a very, very strong suspicion that you do not know.
I've seriously voted for you for years, all the years I've lived in Lawrence, and you just trampled my rights, Senator.
Because you didn't like what
Because you didn't like what I said. Why would you do that?
Would you do that to everyone else that brought a sign in here? Or just the ones that you don't like? Do you do that up at the Capitol as well to people? You don't like their speech, Marcy?
Everybody likes to label me as this crazy right-wing extremist. The problem is I'm a liberal voter, lady. I voted liberal.
He's one of those Constitution guys, and he's another one of those Constitution guys.
My whole life. I voted for you multiple times. Multiple times. Don't thank me because it'll never happen again, because you trampled my rights. You literally took my individual First Amendment rights and said, screw it, you don't matter. And that's a problem for me when our elected officials act that way toward us.
You had the sign. You were able to keep the sign.
You found the sign offensive and you decided to block it.
Because you didn't like it.
You've already said you didn't like it and what you wanted to see.
You said it should be more respectful, is what it said, and because it wasn't in your eyes, that you took it upon yourself to block his speech. And then you even told that guy that came walking up, you said, I'm standing here to block his sign.
It's on video, Marcy.
That's the stuff that when I go up to the Capitol and do protests, that little amateur college-age protesters do. They come flocking up to block signs. Never thought that a sitting senator would want to do something. Well, you know what? You are a Democrat. You are a batshit crazy Democrat, so it does not surprise me you don't like speech that runs counter to what you believe in or what you like.
We've been fighting to get law enforcement and these city officials to respect our rights and defend them, and it's hard to do that when our state senator comes in here and tramples them.
It's impossible.
Hayden, how many times have I had to talk with you guys about defending our rights?
It only emboldens them.
That's all we've ever wanted. And you've basically showed them how to just trample them.
It's very un-American, Marcy. Very un-American. You do swear to support and defend the Constitution, right? But then when it comes to it, you'll stand in front of a sign because you don't like it?
You said it on video,
I wanted
Marcy.
to focus on the comments at the commission meeting.
Who appointed you to do that? Who appointed you to do that?
I wanted to focus.
Now, would you say that you're being more of a communist or an American when you do that? Are you being more communist or American? Would you say you're being...
Well, Jenny, it's certainly sad. It's not sad that you know it, right? That's great that you know it. But it is certainly sad that the people tasked with securing and upholding our rights are clueless. They're just completely clueless.
More of a Nazi or an American? Because I'll tell you somebody else that didn't like free speech. Nazis. Could not tolerate it. Just like you. You could not tolerate that somebody did something that you did not like, and so you had to run over there and block it. Like a Nazi.
Like a Nazi, and you know what? It's exactly what a Nazi does, and so that's Kansas State Senator Marcy Francisco. She behaves like a Nazi with free speech. No, bro, just open my freaking page up. And who else acts like a Nazi? It's the city of Lawrence. They've got a social media policy that restricts free speech. I guess that's not going to open right now.
Because you didn't like it. That's not free speech, Marcy. And that's very, very
And that's
concerning.
definitely
that a
not
city
upholding and
wanna do
defending the
something like that.
Constitution.
You should be like, oh, say whatever you want. I love America. Say it. I love America. Instead, you're like, no, you can't say that because I think that it's disrespectful. Who do you think you are? I think a lot of the stuff you do is disrespectful. So what? So what?
So what? That's exactly it. That when did we turn so? When did we become so weak? So weak. Like we can't listen to an opposing viewpoint. It's really messed up. So I caught wind of this right here. Let's see if we can open this up in a new tab. This is the social media policy for the city of Lawrence, Kansas. Purpose is a mechanism for communication. However, that's the truth. Big and being run on big feelings. The city reserves the right to remove content that is deemed in violation of this policy or applicable law. Okay. Come on. So, what does it take? That's what I said. They posted something about their award for $300 million, taxpayer money, no doubt. I don't know if this was a federal grant. I don't know if it was a state grant, but taxpayer $3.5 million, and they don't want to hear anything about anything. Listen, if I want to call them Nazis, I can call them Nazis, and that's the point. What's going to happen in Lawrence is the same thing that happened in Daytona, and it's the same thing that happened. Does it happen in Longwood? I can't remember if Longwood shut theirs down completely, or if they just, or if they're just doing what these guys do, which is sending this message: we're removing your content. It violates their bullshit social media policy, so they're going to restrict speech. Comments not related to the topic of discussion. Where do you talk about your dissatisfaction for the city employees? Is the only or the city employees policies, any misappropriations, anything that's going on, uh, you're only allowed to voice those during public comment, and you don't even have free speech there, as we've learned. Um, yeah, you don't even have free speech there. So this city is straight. Uh, they're a bunch of Nazis. That's what's going on. What's going on, Rockport? So reach out to them. More importantly, what you guys should do is get over onto their Facebook. And if you don't have a Facebook, create a Facebook and get over there and make a comment that is off topic. And you know what? Maybe give this a shot. Maybe make a comment that is not related to the city's post, but that is completely benign. That is, like this one, for instance. I'm not sure what another award that they've gotten is, but let's say they got a 1 million grant for back scratchers or whatever. You could say something like, "Great move on the back scratchers," or I don't freaking know, is the point. But if you can challenge like the equal protection angle of this, where they're deleting comments like this, where it's just free speech, but will they also delete complimentary comments that are off topic? That's what's more important, because if they're doing this, it's off topic. I'm calling them Nazis, but their policy is that comments not related. So it's an all or nothing thing here. They don't get to take out my comment for calling them Nazis, which is a violation of their policy, and then not do it to something that is even slightly off topic in the most benign way. So I challenge you guys to get over there, get yourself blocked, and maybe if you guys can do that, you guys can snatch up that Willy Wonka golden ticket. Send me your screenshots in an email, lettersoffotion@gmail.com. Make sure you take screenshots, and if you're willing, if you have the stomach to fight on this, send me the screenshots, and we're gonna see if we can start making these people pay, because this is an obvious violation of the Constitution. The Supreme Court actually just ruled on the unconstitutionality of this. It's either all the comments stay or none of the comments stay. You can remove. Actually, I think you can remove criminal comments, threatening comments, but this is not a threatening comment. So they removed my comment, but it wasn't just that. They blocked me too. They blocked me. So they took my rights away there, and then they completely took my rights away. And then they said I called them on the phone later, and I had quite the long and interesting conversation with them. But they tell you that you can just comment back to them through this portal about a question, or even getting yourself unblocked. But the problem is that I can't pull it out. It's on the phone. It's recording. The problem is that they block after that, so you can't use the message feature. They've taken away your communication avenue with the city after they tell you that they've removed your comment in a violation of your free speech rights. So this policy has actually been in place for more than a year, apparently. And I know that they haven't been enforcing it because I've left many comments on the City of Lawrence Facebook page, and I'm sure everybody in here can imagine that they weren't more complimentary than this one here. So there's an equal protection issue there also. Why was my critical comment not okay then, or okay then but not okay now?
I ain't gonna stop you from doing it. Why would I?
I have a problem with a Kansas senator who took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, making a direct assault on my First Amendment in a city commission meeting. I have a real problem with that, especially in light of the amount of violations that happen on this street that I've called out and tried to get people to do things about and have been pushed aside and ignored, while your own neighbors are getting beat up, thrown out of their homes, and all the different causes that I've gone up against, and they're just more than comfortable now to refer to me as a racist.
I may have made a mistake.
You may have made a mistake, huh?
I would say you made a big
Do you think you made a bad example for the people in that room? How about that lady that stood right there next to you and then wanted to come up and play nice with me afterwards after she had trampled my rights?
No big deal.
You trampled on my First Amendment right, Marcy.
At some point in time, I would like to understand how I did.
Right now is good. Not some point in time. Right now is good. You need to understand right now, Marcy, what free speech is. You needed to understand 20 years ago when you took the oath the very first time becoming a state senator, Marcy. You don't get to pretend after all this time that now you'd like to understand. Sometime in the, not even now you'd like to understand. Sometime in the future you'd like to understand, well, what's got you so upset about your First Amendment?
Not take the sign. I did not
You
say
purposely
that you
blocked it. You purposely blocked it, and you enunciated
There
that.
is not a right.
You enunciated that you were purposely blocking my
I
sign.
don't know that there's a right for one person to speak over another person.
No, there isn't.
Which never happened.
Especially
I
at a
wasn't
public
speaking over
meeting.
Are you
anybody.
saying that sign is speaking over people? Are you saying that?
And did you stop any of the school kids who were holding the signs up there, or any of the other people that hold their signs up there at the
all night
door?
long. And then what about a shirt? Would a shirt fall into that as well there, Marcy?
How about
If I wore a
blocking
shirt?
the entrance? You were blocking the entrance, creating a fire hazard, Marcy, on purpose, trying to block a sign. Hayden, how far are you going to follow us?
Yeah, really. Jeez.
We got the police behind them, gang stalking them. We got Lockhart, Chief Lockhart, in a car, literally gang stalking him down the street. This is what's happening right now. Chief Lockhart's in the car, gang stalking him down the street. Some other jackboot is following because they think what? That the two men recording the senator are going to brutalize her? Is that what I'm to understand?
Is this what our taxpayer money is for?
Is it not clear that her fear is unfounded? I can tell she's scared. I don't know why, but she feels...
I've been attacked walking home from a city commission.
Lady, do you think we're going to attack you?
No. I
Then
don't.
why are you scared of us?
I'm not scared necessarily of you. I'm just saying,
We're living, breathing Americans just like you that want our rights to be upheld just like you. I didn't used to go in there and cuss in that city commission meeting. When I first went in there, I never cussed. I got mad because they won't listen to us. I got mad because they don't hear the problems that we're having on the street. I got mad because they let this guy and his buddies at LPD justify all the violence on the street that I've seen and that I've witnessed and documented that you guys ignore.
The chief.
it is.
So you can disrespect me and treat me like I'm the pariah of the town. Two things to understand, Marcy. Number one, I'm not a racist. And number two, I'm an American citizen and I have fucking rights. And you are an elected representative who does not get to come into a commission meeting and decide that somebody's sign doesn't deserve to be seen, so I'm going to purposely stand in front of it and block it. That was a conscious...
Yeah. You swore to defend them, Marcy. You swore to defend them. That's it. That's it. You should be never allowed to serve the public again. That's it. That's it. It should be a one and done policy as far as rights violation goes. I don't care how small it is. You're done.
choice you made tonight.
Doesn't meet your approval. So
because it didn't meet your approval.
It's got to be censored.
That is not the behavior of an elected representative that supports and defends.
The
Marcy, there's
his sign
Marcy.
wasn't in there either, Marcy.
Marcy,
his sign was in
Marcy. You trying, Marcy? Let me explain something to you. You trying to find a way out of this right now, making up stuff, isn't helping, because we've got you on camera admitting to what you did.
I'm not trying to get out of this.
Then quit trying to explain it to us. Own it and apologize.
I apologize.
For?
I apologize for standing. We're getting ready to speak, but I did understand that when I was trying to,
you can't apologize for just purposely standing in front of my sign. That's all I want to hear, Marcy. I apologize for purposely standing in front of your sign. That's all I want to hear.
I apologize for purposely standing in front of your sign.
Have a good night. You still don't get my vote.
Before I leave, I just hope that you are able to put yourself in other people's shoes. Would you like it if an elected person did that to you? Would you like it if anybody did that to you? And then if you say, no, you know what, I wouldn't like that. I would like to have my free speech. Then you should say, well, I won't do that anymore to people. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Maybe you can take a lesson from this? Because if she can apologize, maybe you motherfuckers could apologize. Maybe you motherfuckers can apologize sometimes.
Let's go.
It's never going to happen, Michael.
We need people to defend our rights.
It's my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Eric Rosen, Justice of the Kansas Supreme Court, who will administer the oath of office.
This is her. She's going to... There she is. There it is. Her hand's up. I swear to defend them.
God. Respond with, I do. Very good. Congratulations.
I do. And then they all just go up there and pretend like what they just swore to do didn't happen, or doesn't exist, or whatever. So that's what's up with that. Man, I'm gonna get off. It's pretty frustrating stuff. But please, guys, go over and give Lawrence Accountability, Dr. Justin Speece, some support. And then more importantly, if you're not signed up for Facebook, get yourself signed up for Facebook and get over there and get yourself violated. All right. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll stop this thing now.